Good morning, YouTube. It's July 2nd, 2010, and it is 8:47 in the morning. Getting ready now to head out to the airport, and I'm tired. I slept pretty well last night, so that's not really an excuse. It's just, today's Friday, I usually work, and I'm usually tired when I go to work, so that's my excuse right there. I'm heading over to Fort Lauderdale Airport. My flight is at 11 o'clock, so I decided I should probably be at the airport between 9 and 9:30, so that's my excuse right there. So today's trip. Today I will be arriving in New York around 2 o'clock. Today I will be meeting up with Adam and Leigh, who are the two key players in the Long Island Adventures. Adam is my best friend, who I have known for 10 years. Leigh is his girlfriend slash fiance, whatever you want to call her. Adam is an interesting character. You will find out why when you end up meeting him. So I'll leave that one up to you. Leave that to your better judgment. Leigh, the two things I can say about her is A, she loves Twilight, and B, she hates being rickrolled, which explains the video I did called Exclusive Twilight Scenes, Never Before Seen Rare Video. So that explains that video. And for those of you in Germany who never saw that, that was actually blocked in Germany because I put a Rick Astley video on it, and I guess Rick Astley in Germany, they don't like to be rickrolled. So these videos are going to be very raw footage. They will not be edited like my other Speaking of D videos are. In fact, these aren't going to be really titled Speaking of D. It will be, D, myself, I will be in them, but not really titled Speaking of D. These are just the Long Island Adventures. So I need to head out to the airport and, hopefully you guys will enjoy them. Alright, so I made it to New York. Now I'm at Adam's house, and I didn't do any kind of updates on the way back because nothing interesting in the car was really going on. The plane ride was actually interesting. I'm not really a bad flyer. Well, I'm not the greatest, but on the way over I was sitting next to this woman who was terrified of flying apparently, and that made me terrified of the flight over. Every time we hit any kind of turbulence, she was fearing for her life, so she was grabbing onto the seats like she was about to die or something. So of course I was grabbing onto the seats like I was about to die. It was awful. So now that I'm back in New York, I'm here at Adam's house now, and for those of you, I'm here to introduce Adam. Addicted to his Red Bull. And
typical fucking psycho looking New Yorker.
Yeah, he is a typical psycho looking New Yorker. Leigh's inside right now. We're going to be going out pretty soon. My flight landed at about 2 o'clock. Actually, I was early, so I was here at about 1:50. We got back to his house at about 4 o'clock because apparently July 4th weekend is not a good time to arrive because everybody and their mother is arriving back in New York at the same time. So the 45-minute drive took 2 hours.
Well, you had to introduce the Midicane.
Yeah, and once the Midicane is done doing his business, we'll introduce him. Midicane, say hi to YouTube. I promise you, he's a lot more interesting than that.
We can't show you the interesting parts because Speaking of D wouldn't be on YouTube anymore if we did.
That's true. Midicane is probably the most interesting dog you will ever see. So we'll introduce him a little more later. We're also going to introduce Leigh. And I do believe Jamie's going to be stopping by a little more. At this moment, I forget if I spoke about her when I did my update this morning.
Oh god, that rabbit hole was so deep.
So there are many jokes that can be associated with the Adam, Leigh, Jamie situation, but I'm not allowed to say them on YouTube. So I'm going to keep them to myself until the end of the trip because I want Leigh to drive me back to the airport at the end of the trip. So I'll wait until I'm back in Florida before I explain the whole situation. So yeah, that's about it for now. We're getting ready to head out. We're going to go get something to eat, and so yeah, that's about it for now. Alright, I'm sorry, I had to get this on video really quick. I've never seen anybody on their roof before with a leaf blower. This is a first for me. Now I may be just a Florida boy, but in Florida we empty our gutters with our hands, and we get the leaves off of our roof by waiting for the wind to blow it off, or sometimes with a broom if we're brave enough to actually walk up there.
This will work sometimes. somehow. I just haven't figured out how yet. Now, how am I gonna light this?
Nothing. Just continue.
I'll film you in that?
Yeah. Or just make an announcement on the video. That works too. Kate, I'd step away.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is usually how a good day turns bad. You get
There's an
your
entire circle around the fire pit. It's going to explode.
Look, I'm a trained professional.
You are not.
Okay, here's what a trained professional does. He takes a fire pit and fills it over the top, and very closely he puts Walmart property as close as he can to it. Douses it in lighter
Kane,
fluid.
I wouldn't. Kane. Come here. Come here, Kane. Come here, Kane. Come here, Kane. Oh, boy.
I'm a little afraid to be close to Adam's fire.
Yeah. Ow, shit.
There's a fire in my pants if you'd rather be by that.
It'll catch. It'll catch. Just let it catch.
We've even got our complimentary tiki torches lit. Oh, with our nasty beetles all over the place too. They're disgusting.
Oh, you even get like a little seatbelt.
To hold me in place.
I know that's not what that's for, but it's really funny.
No, it's for when it starts getting...
Because the rule for tonight is Leigh is not allowed to be on camera. YouTube has not been properly introduced to Leigh. And they won't be tonight. And I keep falling backwards in the chair and I'm afraid I'm gonna die. That's like a dung beetle is what that is.
Thank you, that's what it is. Kane, no.
Get on the cardboard.
He won't do it. He'll fly away. It's too hot. Now he's upside down. Kane.
What?
Nothing, I'm watching.
Somebody's gonna laugh. And the whole fucking nail's gonna get I can tell you.
Kane, no.
Makes you feel any better? Avon fucking nail polish fucking sucks.
Shut up.
Because it is so watery and crappy, it's unbelievable.
So here we have Adam endorsing Avon.
I can't believe he's actually filming this right now. I'm gonna kill him.
What, you wanna know why it's watery? Because you're putting fuchsia over black.
No, you don't seem to understand. The, like, thickness of it, it's shit. It's like pink water. Maybe I didn't shake it enough? I don't know.
Well, how'd you used to put it on your nails?
It's like running right off the fucking brush.
You get an update in the life of D.
Here's the update in the life of D. His friend's giving his girlfriend a pedicure.
Hooray! On a pillow too. Look at that. She gets like the whole treatment.
The whole treatment would be getting a foot massage too. But
That's
Yeah,
the,
not while the nails are wet.
That's where my services end. Sorry.
You're not done.
I know, I'm waiting for it to dry.
You heard that cowering whimper in his voice?
Oh, I lost my balls a long time ago.
You know, if my channel ever gets popular, everyone's gonna start writing on my wall, why didn't he wash his hands before he stuck his hands inside the food?
This is true. Who knows what kind of fucking bugs are walking on our goddamn feet outside? Beetles and fucking ants and shit.
I would have felt it.